What's going on, everyone? This is going to be a video to discuss the filtration I have on this 220 hap tank. You can see it keeps it nice and clear all the way through this 220. See side to side very clear, so I think the filtration is doing a nice job. So this is what we got. I run 3 canisters on here. I've got 2 FX6s, one there, one over there, and then I've got a Sun in the middle. On the FX6s, I do some chemical filtration in there. I use ChemiPure Blue, I use Purigen, and then just your standard, filter pads. Nothing special there. And in the Sun, I use purely only biological filtration in there. I don't have anything in there except bio balls, and that's it. I wanted to add that in there just as kind of like a complement to the FX6s, just to give it something different, give a little more room for the bacteria to grow. And it's really done a great job. Plus, for a fairly inexpensive filter, that thing's got some pretty good output. So like I said, the 3 filters down there, you can see their outputs. The returns are up there. There's an FX6, there's an FX6, there's my Sun. Also recently I just added 2 sponge filters over in the corner. These are attached to the Hurricane battery backup air pump that I have. So these are just going to stay on here through storm season, thunderstorm, tornado season here, where power outages occur fairly frequently. Because they'll continue to run even if the power goes out, to keep my tank with plenty of oxygen and some water movement, along with a little bit of filtration. Not going to filter the whole tank certainly, but maybe enough just to keep my fish alive till the power kicks back on. So those will be on there probably until late summer or fall. You can see the filters do a great job. I clean each FX6 probably maybe once a month, if that. And the Sun I haven't cleaned out in probably at least 6 months. With no filter pad or anything in there, it doesn't get clogged up or anything. It keeps good flow rate, as to where about every month on the FX6 the filter pad will get full of waste, and you'll have to take it out, replace it, refresh the ChemiPure Blue, refresh the Purigen. Well, actually just clean out and replace the ChemiPure Blue, because you can't really recharge that. So that's what I use there. The ChemiPure seems to last. Each little bag of it seems to be effective for about 6 months or so. That's just what I've noticed. If I leave it in there about 6 months, it just seems that I don't notice the clarity in the water that I do when I have a fairly fresh bag of it in there. So you can see, guys, it keeps it pretty clear in my opinion. Like I said, you can see all the way across the tank, which is always what I go for. I don't want to just be able to see across the tank. I want to have a nice clear view across the tank, and I can see that the filters are working and keeping the impurities out and just keeping everything where it needs to be. So that's what I got going on filtration wise, and thanks everyone for watching.